Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? I was just looking at this chart and seeing, so our sell-off has begun. We've effectively rolled over in Bitcoin. The second leg of correction that we had to do is underway. I am not quite sure where this one ends up, but because we've got these spikes, not just here at Bitfinex, but at BitMEX and everywhere else, we kind of have to revise our measures from the first swing lower now. So if we do this and we project it like this, let's line them up on the spikes. Then I think we're looking at 36.60 and then potentially 34.58 here in Bitcoin dollar at Bitfinex. If we take a look at, say, the BitMEX prices, we've got a very similar pattern here, measuring from this high to this low and the bounce, and 35.65 and then 33.69. One thing that's kind of helpful as to which one of these is you'll see this in harmonic patterns. If this first bounce was just to the 50%, we would be looking for at least 1.618 from this rally. But because it's to the 618, then there is a potential that this becomes a Gartley pattern. We see one more swing lower to the 786, which is bullish. So the first leg is down to the 618, a bounce, and then if we drop below that 618 level again, which is at 36.61, then the next support 35.17. But I think either way, if we draw it as a wedge now, we've got a wedge pattern is what we're looking at, maybe an ABC triangle. So we're looking for a third touch of this lower trend line support and then a bounce. So that would make it A, B, C. Then we're looking for a D leg down to here and then an E leg. And then I have to say that this is where the bigger probably sell-off comes from. So this is where Bitcoin is. Now, so that means, again, a bounce level potentially around 3,600, 3,500 here in Bitcoin US dollar. I haven't drawn this quite right, because it might be that we're just doing this, we're still working on this first leg, if you know what I mean. And so if we're still working on this first leg, we'll hit this 200 moving average. We could still see a bounce like this, and we could still see something like that, and it would still be in the pattern. So, you know, in between these moving averages, in the middle of a wedge consolidation, having just lost the daily 20 moving average support. Yeah. The first, when you, in daily terms of daily moving averages, when you lose the daily 20, your target is usually back to the 50. So that's kind of where I'm looking. I'm not going to be buying it yet. So pretty much most coins, tokens are doing the same thing. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Here was our first bounce, which actually wasn't from the 50%, it was from the 61.8. Sorry, it wasn't from the 618, it was from this 50%. We didn't quite tag it. So clearly, as if we're going down the, you know, fib retrace levels and each one is being bounced off, we've bounced off the 50. The next one is the 618 here at 125. And then if we continue lower, 114. These are Coinbase prices. And you can see from this low to this high, this is where we're measuring back from. So in terms of daily moving averages, do we have any support around there? To be honest, the daily 50 is a little bit lower, and potentially because if this was an ABC, we could in ETH move out these measurements and draw it this way. And so then we can say actually this 50% level is a little bit lower at 123, and that does line up with the daily 50 moving average. So probably 123 and a little bit beyond that 618 level that we were looking at. If we draw it back again, you know, 618 levels are very messy. That was at 125.16, so expect it to extend a little bit to 124. 618 levels are usually quite messy, and 50% fib retrace levels are usually quite sharp. There's a lot of support and resistance around this level as well to make it a good one to look for support. You can see these lows here, highs here, all of this cluster of highs here. So 123 next support for ETH. And pretty much everything's on its way down, unfortunately. Hello, this is Nick. Just a reminder that Monday Night Live is now at 8 p.m. UK time, an hour early. Then go to youtube.com/NickTrades and we will take a look, see if Bitcoin is ever going to bottom and what's looking good to go higher. See you then.